Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Night Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche, Miguel Antonio Barragan. And we are talking about the wonderful world of boxing. We're not even going to fuck around with this today. We are knee deep in literally, can we all three safely say it? Goddamn women stole it. Like, they made the men look like punk ass bitches this weekend. Like, those girls came to war. We'll talk about it in just a second.
I agree with what you said earlier about potential fight of the year. It's at least the first time you're ever going to see a woman's bout on the ballot. Look, yeah, they had it all. So I agree with you. They had it. The fans were there, and then the way they performed, yeah, they had it all. So I agree with that.
And to quote Miguel, let's bring it back to Vegas. That's where that needs to be next time. But we'll get to it in just a second. We're going to reverse engineer this week. We're not even getting into the details of everything that's going on. Miguel is somewhere in middle America or on the East Coast. I can't even figure that shit out. But we are here to talk about boxing. We ask you to go to boxingtonight.io. That's our website. Follow us on Facebook. Follow at Fight Fiend Migs. Follow at Lee Honish. We appreciate it. Literally hundreds of thousands of you watching our videos and enjoying it. And I keep promising to release the next video in the series, but Miguel hasn't picked one yet. So I think I'm gonna do Sky this week.
Yes, let's do Sky.
Let's do Sky this week. Sky's fun. Yeah, I called it out last week. I didn't do it this week. So, and then we still have at least 2 or 3 more in the can. So it'll be great.
Nice.
All right, let's jump deep. My boy crush Jesse Vargas lost to Liam Beefy Smith. I'm heartbroken, Andrew. I'm heartbroken. Do you realize how long I've had a boy crush on Jesse Vargas?
You followed him for a while.
Oh my God, forever. He was articulate. He did the Spanish broadcast. He was hot.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm sure the person I'm going out with wouldn't like to hear that. But I mean, look, if I gotta have a boy crush on somebody, Jesse Vargas is hot. Come on. He looked like a bottom. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. He looks like a bottom.
Jeez.
I gotta write some jokes, Miguel. Join in. Wow, did he get fucking punked by Beefy Smith? Like, Liam Smith is not a real fighter, Andrew. Like, what did I miss here about Jesse Vargas? Like, was he really just not ready from your perspective?
Yeah, no. Look, we didn't miss anything on this fight. We kind of all pointed to the fact that he hadn't fought in 2 years. He was talking about being a politician, actually running in Las Vegas. Miguel probably knows more about that. And Liam Smith is not the guy you want to pick on a comeback fight. Professional all the way through. It will stand in front of you, take your best shot, and deliver his own. And that's kind of, he just beat Jesse down. There was no strategy there.
I was watching it with a friend, and all I kept thinking was, my boy crush is dying on the screen. He's dying. Somebody throw the towel. Save the face. Save the tape. Save the face for my Jesse.
And Miguel, is he still running for office, or is that over with?
No, he's still running.
No. As far as I understand, he's running for U.S. Congress, Nevada District number 4. Wow. That guy is 100% both feet into that, which is most likely. Well, I mean, I'll say most likely, but one of the reasons why he did not look great at all against Beefy. It was obvious that the size was a big deal. He has 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, he's doing his politics. Yeah. On one side, and you know, you can tell, like 150. I mean, he wasn't exactly a knockout puncher at 147 by any stretch, and then much less.
Who's the guy with DAZN
Mora?
He fights like Mora, right? Like it's a technical skill
but
more
smaller.
than it is.
But smaller. Yeah, and you know, his body looked kind of soft. I mean, he was never ever ripped anyway at 147, but he looked even softer. You know, at 154, you can tell the size was a big deal. Maybe he just wasn't putting that much into training. He's like, fuck it, I can make 154 a lot easier than 147, and he ran into a bigger dude. So it's not like, you know, I mean, both of these guys, both himself and Beefy, are kind of on the way out, so to speak, right? Like, I mean, have you seen Beefy's hair? He's got a whole set of fucking white hairs, you know, gray hairs on his head. So it's not like Beefy's going to be in it for that much longer. But nonetheless, it was obvious that the weight was a big deal. Like he's just not a 154 pounder, and
He was a
Beefy
big
literally
heavier.
beefed him around. He like muscled him around. You know, you can tell sometimes like around the 4th or 5th round, it looked like Jesse was pushing his punches. There wasn't as much snap, even though earlier he was landing some nice shots. But I mean, there was nothing that he can do to Beefy that was going to back him up, and Beefy just used his size really to just impose it further, further, further. And I mean, as much
It was
as I
a
want
dark
to say
day in fight
it was a
video
dark day.
history.
As much
It
as
was a dark day. It was
I
a
did not
dark
want to
day.
see, Lee's boyfriend get messed up, but still, I think the decision that the referee jumped in to stop it, I don't think he should have stopped it. He was doing fine. He could have, finished the 12 rounds.
Well,
you know what though? It looked like Nonito was asking him the round before, Miguel, I'm gonna stop this. The way he was telling him was sort of like trying to get a body language. Vargas didn't want anymore. Jesse was out of there. He was out of there.
Jesse was beat, and it was ugly.
Yeah, I thought Nonito was gonna throw in the towel right there because I know Nonito's seen it. He asked him, and then he kind of like yells it at him.
Wait, let me get some water from my eye.
Wake up.
Hold on. Wait, I want to do it for the video. Let me get some water in my eye.
The teardrop.
You too can prevent forest fires.
Eddie Hearn.
That was a great joke.
Disaster.
That's a great joke.
Eddie Hearn has been a disaster for all of his American fighters. Whatchamacallit? Jacobs took a defeat. Vargas took a defeat. Mikey Garcia.
That was bad.
Yes. Europeans are whooping our ass right now.
Jesse.
Yeah, but it's obvious Jesse, like he's got one foot already out the door, which is fine. It's like if that's the direction you're gonna go, but stop taking ass whoopings. Maybe he just took this fight saying like, all right, I need some money for my campaign. I'll take an ass whooping for the sake of the campaign. But I mean, really, he does.
Seriously,
well, good enough, I suppose.
First of all, this card was a dog. I mean, technically, the girls, maybe? We'll get to the girls in a second, but nobody paid any money for this card. Like nobody got paid anything on this card. Like, this is a dog flea of cards.
For what it looked like they generated, you're absolutely right. They made a kill. It was a killing on Saturday for DAZN and Jake Paul.
Got to be honest. Which takes us to the main event of that card. About 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The greatest female fight of all time. Anyone want to dispute that? Anybody want to even put that into compilation? First of all, Katie Taylor, if you don't know, it ended in a draw, which is bullshit, but we'll get to that. Katie Taylor looked like she was going to an execution the entire night, or she had the greatest game face of all time. I can't really... Let's start right there. When you were watching the build-up for this, Miguel, did it look like she was in over her head, or did it look like... What did it look like?
For Taylor?
No, I was... Yeah, Katie looked like...
Well, I mean, she looked... she
looked overwhelmed.
I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe that was the case. I don't know. It didn't... Like, she looked a little uncomfortable. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say overwhelmed, because she's kind of been the main event for quite some time now, at least on DAZN. So I don't think that spotlight on her was foreign to her necessarily, but it did look like she was like, oh shit, I think I'm gonna encounter a girl who's probably gonna beat me. Like, she had that look like this chick has like legitimate chance at whooping my ass. So that's the kind of the vibe that I got from her, like from the body language and whatnot. So I don't know if she was overwhelmed per se, but I think she was a little bit like what's the word, like a little bit not scared, what's the word I'm looking for, like a little concerned that this girl might actually take that O from her and her belts.
She went legit game face. Like, by the time she got out there, she got herself worked up, Andrew. Like, I watched her warming up, and I kept thinking, she looks overwhelmed. Like, I'm a little concerned about Katie. And
she kind of has that baby face Barrera. What was his name? The assassin, baby face assassin. Mm-hmm. Marco Antonio Barrera kind of looked like that when he walked in the ring. Kind of didn't know what he was thinking. I see a lot of that. Taylor looked a little bit like that. Trust me, when the bell rang, she was not nervous.
She wasn't. And what we were treated to for 10 rounds at 2 minutes a round. Let him fight for 3, for God's sakes. Jesus. Was probably the greatest female fight of all time. Like, I feel that Amanda Serrano won. However, Eddie Hearn put on the event, so Katie Taylor's going to get another shot to fight another day, and we're going to drag this thing back and probably put it in Vegas. So I start with you, Andrew. Where'd you score it? How'd you see it? I thought it was just absolutely fucking fantastic.
Yeah, look, it really doesn't matter the outcome, okay? In a fight this great, listen, and this is what I'm thinking when the bell rang. This is not for the show. My hands were up. Doesn't fucking matter. They're bringing it back. This might even come back for 3 fights. Sit back and enjoy.
Ooh, a trilogy.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, Andrew, you talked all dirty.
19,000 people were in attendance. I have never seen anything in American sports. Women, unless you're going tennis, but they're not even that loud. But as far as what that crowd delivered for women's sports, that was groundbreaking, especially for boxing.
It was
or in MMA. Yeah, you know what? You're right. MMA.
You're right.
They
Yeah,
drive
if
that
you're
sport.
talking Shevchenko or you're talking like Cyborg or you're talking some of those beasts in MMA, yeah, like there are moments for
Now,
that.
I don't know what the
But in
undercards
boxing,
gave.
but
I don't know what the undercards gave in those UFC events. But I'm going to tell you, on Saturday night, DAZN was only offering 1 fight, and 19,000 people showed up for that one fight.
Hey! Don't downplay Jesse Vargas. Jesse was there with Liam Beefy Smith, and he looked hot.
So
he was half naked too.
So yeah, that I know you just throw it all off, dude.
I do.
No one gives a fuck about Jesse Vargas, Lee. That's your fucking dirty
this
little
guy
secret,
right
bro.
here gives a shit about Jesse Vargas.
It's not really much of a secret there, Andrew. I don't know if you know it's not a secret. But
I know.
it certainly is dirty, but I don't want to call it a secret.
So,
but yes, is this not all right? So here's the first real debate. It's a draw. Did you score it as a draw, Andrew?
No, I didn't. I actually had Katie Taylor winning. And listen, Serrano, she takes way too many punches. The crowd never it's not until round 5 that the crowd actually is like, holy shit, their girl was really getting beat on. She's really getting beat up in round 5. Before that, there's a soccer chant going on. She's raising her hands after bells. I mean, they were getting those points on Serrano, just no defense whatsoever. 3 punches at a time, they're all landing. Now, I give her she has great concentration. She's a fucking tank. She walked through it all. But that's not boxing. You can't just walk forward, take everything off your head, and go, hey, I should have won that round when the crowd's cheering, everyone's cheering. The girl looks like she's winning, landing 3 shots at a time. Now, granted, when I was watching this fight live, I said Serrano's punches are tighter. You can see she has more power. When she throws her combos on the inside, she had crisp punches. She just wasn't doing it enough. In my opinion, first 5 rounds, she's not doing it enough. Then the 5th round comes. I thought she was going to stop her. I thought it was Katie Taylor was freaking done. 6th round, I think she whoops her again. Then she's gassed, you guys.
Then
I give the next 3 rounds.
Taylor came all the way back from 6 to 10.
I know.
Fucking hot as shit.
I give her the next 3 rounds.
Oh my God. First of all, hot chicks fighting is hot. All right. Can we just say that? Hot chicks who can kick ass is awesome. All right. Hot chicks who can have fight of the year, double hot. Hot chicks who are literally to age. Come on, Andrew.
Listen.
More importantly, what did Junior think of the fight?
Listen, no, I don't think he watched this
what?
one. No.
Well, I mean, if you want to teach him
literally
defense,
fight
you probably
of the year.
shouldn't
Like,
watch that one.
literally, this is the first legit fight of the year. And
yeah,
you didn't have Junior on it?
That's why it was a bummer. I told you we should do the bummer fight first, and you wanted to go with the big one. But I thought fight number 2 of the day was going to be the one my son needed to watch, and really it was because Miguel.
No, it wasn't. Oh my god! The next
Miguel,
fight we're going to talk about.
You know
was
what I'm talking about.
Shit show, and I was done by the 8th round. Like, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. It was. I don't even care how it turns out. I know how it turned out. Like, I watched. Well, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Miguel.
Listen, that one last thing.
Yeah.
If Miguel is right about this thing going to Vegas next, both of these young ladies are going to get a raise. This is a game changer for all of women
fight for
boxing.
each of them. I mean, that might be the highest payday since maybe a Christy Martin fight. Maybe.
Oh, Lee, it definitely is. No, it's not. Lee,
no,
this
Christy at her peak was making crazy money, and so was Layla.
No. They only made $1 million one time. They only made $1 million once, and they had to split it. It was her and who was it? Lucia
Riker.
Lucia Riker.
Right? Wasn't it?
Agreed.
Yeah, I think it was them two. They put up $1 million in the winner, then they split it. Winner takes a bigger pot. These girls made $1 million.
These girls deserve $1 million apiece. They should go.
They made $1 million apiece.
Let them go. Let them go. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say it right now. Put them at Reliance Stadium. I'm totally down. Fucking sell it. You got to stack the card, but I'm totally down for these two girls.
Are you talking about Allegiant?
I mean Allegiant, yeah.
Allegiant.
I think they could do it. I think they could do it.
I have been waiting for this place to for it to happen. I don't know what the holdup is, but you're absolutely right. Listen, there's going to be 20,000 coming back for them too. The only thing that I, and then Miguel, I'll give it to you right after this, and then bring it back to me because I have questions. But the only thing that I see, we can't downplay. New York showed up, man. You can't knock those fans. They showed up. So Vegas is going to have to put up some serious money if they want to take this from New York, because everyone calls New York the Mecca. New York showed up from them girls. I don't know why you take the rematch out of Madison Square. You take it right back there.
I literally, for all the shit we have tolerated this year over the male boxers fighting one-sided, lopsided fights, Miguel, fucking girls brought it. They brought it like champ. Like, I haven't seen it since Shevchenko, maybe, or even who's the shaved-headed one that Joe Rogan likes. You only see it in MMA. Like, you only see that kind of Thug Rose, right? Like, we only see that crazy shit in MMA. Like, boxing has never had what we got on Saturday night, and I love it so much that it was shocking to me how well those girls fought. You scored it the way I scored it. Serrano got fucked.
I think Serrano did get fucked, yes. By the way, it wasn't a draw. Officially, it was what's her face. It was Katie winning. That's what the way they had it. So Katie got the W officially in the scorecards, right? I don't think she did enough. I mean, she did do it. She did her best. There was some rounds, or one particular round in there where she looked really bad. I don't know if I would go as far as to call it a 10-8 round because she never actually hit the ground, but she looked really bad. All right, so first and foremost, yes, this is the kind of fight that we all are expecting, or we would hope eventually women would be
get
up
out
to
of
that
or
point,
guys
right?
for that,
or guys. Or
God
I mean,
damn it!
My point is
why does nobody fight like this?
My point was getting this, right? 2007, smaller organization than the UFC, Strikeforce, put on a killer ass card with 2 women host or being the main event, right? Gina Carano versus Julie Kedzie. Those women put on a fucking scrap. A couple of years later, Gina Carano fought Chris Cyborg in another killer ass scrap. What we saw then in the MMA is probably what we just witnessed in women's boxing. We might have just witnessed a turning of a page to a different, a more fan friendly, more like, paid type of thing. Women, they always talk about how much they want to get paid and all this stuff. Well, they finally fucking put on a fight that was competitive. It was between 2 women that brought it. Yes, granted, Serrano was probably the naturally smaller woman, but nonetheless, she took all of Katie's shots. Not that Katie was a knockout puncher to begin with, but she took all of more the natural lightweight punches, and they fucking brought it. Now, about the fight itself. yes, number one, first and foremost, they had what, not 19,000 people in MSG, which is like, they had to add some people to the fucking undercard. I get it, but they were there to see who? Serrano.
Jesse Vargas.
No, the Puerto Rican, the Puerto Rican chick, right? I mean, that's the New York, demographic, right? The Puerto Ricans. So clearly they were there for that, and they saw her fight somebody who wasn't just gonna fucking take an ass whooping and collect a payday. We had the undisputed lightweight champion of women's boxing in Katie Taylor. So we had two notable names, names that people were familiar with. Yes,
no, wait a minute. Hey, you guys didn't watch this. Did you guys watch this fight live with the speakers on?
Yes.
No, I watched it later on the replay. I didn't watch it.
No, I watched it live with the speakers on.
Yeah, Katie Taylor.
I watched it with a complete rookie, and even a complete rookie watching the fight thought, "Is this how boxing always is?" I go, "No, it's never like this. Like these girls are beating the fuck out of each other."
What was it? Was the crowd different or what? What was going on?
Yeah, when you hear the announcement, they actually boo Serrano over the cheers, which tells me that either the Irish are a lot louder or they had more people in that arena. But on the announcing,
are we on the announcing discussion in the middle of this show of what got more cheers?
Oh, because Taylor's a superstar. No, listen. Taylor she's not from this country. She's not a 7-division world champ, 7 weight classes, 11 titles.
But she's an Olympian.
She's an Olympian. Exactly. So you put a few more wins like this under her. That stadium was very loud for her first big fight here in America. I don't know if Anthony Joshua got a response.
They need to do? They need to do the Haugen Chavez thing. Like, one tune-up fight in Vegas, small venue, get them tuned up and let them have a fight, and then ramp it all the way up to the Legion.
Listen, the Irish are deep out there in New York too, right? Just like the Puerto Ricans, there's Irish
in Boston if you're going
communities too. So yeah, exactly. Lee.
Right.
For St. Patrick's Day, holy shit!
So why not Yankee Stadium?
Puerto Rican versus Irish. St. Patrick's Day next year. Do one tune-up before the end of the year. Let the girls,
get their paid.
Do we really want to wait though? Do we really want to wait though? A whole year.
You could do it in. You got
10 months from now.
Yeah, he's right.
That's the way you do it.
We have to strike when the iron's hot, yo. Like right now, people want to see this shit ASAP. Right? There's no fucking way we can wait 10 months for that, man.
Nope. Hey, if I'm them, I
build it. I think you can build that thing back up even to a bigger fight and let those girls make millions.
Or it's
their retirement fight.
In June is like the Puerto Rican Day Parade, no? Like
I like that.
The way
Dakota
used to do. That sounds a lot better, right? I'm down with that.
I like that.
We can do that.
Do it at Yankee Stadium or something crazy.
Yeah, but to echo on what Andrew was saying, holy fuck, man! Like Serrano needs to keep that right hand up. Good lord! Every single time she'd come in, fucking Katie would catch her with that check left hook, man. And I was actually surprised that Serrano was able to hurt Katie that much. I mean, Katie's been hurt before, and she's had that like swollen like eye that was damn near closed, but never from somebody who was naturally a smaller from coming up from a smaller weight class. So I was surprised that Serrano was able to have that power, and furthermore, that Serrano had the fucking jaw or the whiskers to take a lightweight's punch. I mean, yes, granted, I was biased towards Serrano because she's the Latina, so of course I'm going to root for her. That's just how it is. I'm more of an ass guy than I am a boob guy, so of course I'm going to go towards Serrano. So nonetheless, I was just like, holy shit, like this girl can take a fucking punch, but god damn it, every single time.
I mean, technically they don't both have boobs. I mean, you got to go by ass.
I mean, at that point you would have to, yes, but like just the fact
I didn't want to be.
And by the way, Amanda Serrano's got the better ass.
Yes, she does. Yes, which is why I went in that direction to begin with. But the fact that she would have keep that right hand up. Like,
fight that keeps consistent with being sexist.
Exactly. What a bunch of douchebags. These women put on the best fight ever.
We threw that first. We threw that in first. We had to throw that in first. We had
my God! Of course we do. It's us. We're not changing this show.
Yeah.
All right. Great fight. And then, literally a couple of hours later,
Wait a minute. Fuck that.
All
Fuck
right,
that
you want to
fight.
go back to this some more?
We might do a whole hour on the girls' lead and bring
They
back
should. Honestly,
the
we
bum
could do an
fight,
hour on the
because-
girls just so I can get to the final part of the show and go, yeah, Shakur, like fucking Bob built Oscar to get fucking executed by Shakur. Like, I could not even believe the execution of Oscar Valdez in that final fight. Like, it was so disturbing by the 8th round that I literally turned off all my shit and went, yeah, I'm over.
Okay.
I was watching it with
This is what I
somebody
wanted to ask
and I
about.
went, no, we're going to bed. Like, I'm over it. Like, I'm literally over it. Like, I'm over it.
So my question on the Serrano-Taylor fight, once again, I've never seen anything like that for women's boxing. Who are we to congratulate today? Obviously, the two fighters, right?
Tommy Hearns.
But
Tommy and Jake Paul. Say it, Andrew. Say Jake Paul. Say the Paul brother.
You're terrible. You're really blocking right now.
I'm not cock blocking. I don't want to break it.
Well,
to anybody.
okay. So here's
I'm trying to have flow right now, and you keep stopping the shit.
All right, go ahead. I'll sit back.
I'm asking you. This is a legit question. Eddie Hearn hasn't proved he can do this in America. We've seen a lot of DAZN fights. I don't remember one of them being 19,000 sold out. Okay. Jake Paul, this is like his first fight. Is this guy really legit? Is this his fan base that is following him, or is this the fighters?
Well, I can't say. I have to assume that they're following the fighters and not Jake Paul, because he was kind of, yes, granted, he was on stage during the weigh-ins and all the press conferences, and even like was on commentary prior to the fight. But I don't think people will tune in for him if he's not in the ring. I don't think so. Like, first off, to answer one of the questions that we were asking earlier, just so we don't forget, earlier this year we did have Michaela Mayer fight Jennifer Hahn in a badass fucking fight. So that was a really, really good fight too. Granted, it wasn't like on a big stage or anything like that, which might have been, I don't know, maybe that was Bob Arum's fault. I don't know. If Top Rank Bob was to chime in later on. Or maybe it was a COVID
We'll
fight.
talk about that some other time.
Yeah.
It might have even been COVID. That might have been in the
empty
arena.
Possibly.
No, it was in the bubble.
Was it the bubble? I don't remember.
I think it was bubble.
But my point being that we can't forget about that fight. Yes, this fight was better, but we can't just like overlook that one.
That's right.
But you know, I cannot. It does not feel like these were Jake Paul fans tuning in and buying tickets for this fight, because if he's not in the ring, I don't think they weren't. It had to have been the fucking girls. The Puerto Rican chicks or the Puerto Rican fans and the Irish fans like came through big time. Now, this is the point where the promoters have to milk the living fuck out of this and get a trilogy out of it or something. Because how much longer, like when will we ever get another fight between two other women like this if it's not these two women? So they will probably milk.
Here's the next problem, Miguel. The back-to-backs never live up to the hype. They never live up to the hype. They never. Okay. Anybody? Okay. All right, Andrew. Tell me a second fight that lived up to the hype. Male or female?
Pacquiao Morales. And I'm going to tell you why. Do what Miguel just said. You got to strike when it's hot. You don't let this thing go.
You're doing it by the end of summer.
You don't let him cool off.
That's right. That's right.
Back at this,
I'm looking at a summer fight for these two all over again.
In Vegas.
Did you guys notice?
I like New York.
Did you guys notice Serrano was doing pad work with her trainer after the fight?
Yes. I did see that. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Jake Paul goes, she's already training for the rematch. Hey, you do that. I think they still have the chip on their shoulder. Will be fresh. They'll come out banging all over again.
Yes.
And to be honest, you've still got you know who's sitting in the wing trying to figure it all out for. Hey.
Yes.
Hey, she looked
left out in the cold
Saturday night.
Oh, she looked so sad. Didn't she look sad?
She did. She looked nice. She got done up.
Oh, she got done up nice. But trust me when I say it, she looked.
She had that Crawford look, like, hey guys, I'm on the other side of the fucking street. That's pretty much what.
I'm the goat.
Yes.
I'm Jesse on the block. I'm Clarissa on the block.
Poor thing. My heart goes out to Clarissa. She feels like she left out in the
She
cold.
literally picked wrong. Like, I feel bad for her on some level. Clarissa is another great athlete, right? Like, she deserves to be in this discussion. Like, these three girls should be fighting in rotation for like the next 2 years. Like, this should be like Nonito Donaire and what's his name from Japan. Like, this should be that version of it for what? Like, these three girls should just keep rotating.
And really, to answer the question on the back-to-backs, you got to look at most back-to-backs that put two fighters in like this. They always ruin each other. These girls should probably retire.
Yeah,
they should probably retire each other in a 3-fight deal.
I don't like to quote Lampley in these moments, but Jim Lampley made a comment. He goes, "These guys have fought for 30 straight rounds. They know everything about each other. Like, I want that for these two girls. Like, they deserve." Sadly, I'm gonna keep it low. They deserve $1 million of fight. Like, they deserve real money. Like, they deserve, like, technically, they deserve $5 million a fight. They should. They deserve it. Go fight in Yankee Stadium, and go fight on Puerto Rican Day, and like make $5 million. Like, you guys deserve. Like, guys don't fight that hard, Andrew. They just don't. Like, I haven't seen a fight that hard in so long, where I thought, oh shit, one of these chicks is gonna fucking die. Like, they're really fighting.
Katie in particular, I thought it was.
Yes,
Katie. I saw her like damn near one of those rounds.
Heart attack in that ring.
Yeah, she like damn near crumbled, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Serrano's gonna go in for the kill and take her out, but I don't know. She just could not keep Katie from, like, landing that check left hook, and she just wasn't keeping her right hand up. But I mean, like, for the most part, it seemed like it was Serrano doing the hunting. She was the one that's come after, which I would have thought it would be the other way around. Like, I figured, yes, granted, Taylor is more the Olympic style of fighter, right? She's the one that like kind of score points and move around, but I figured she's naturally the more natural lightweight. She was going to use her weight and her power a little bit more, and it turned out to be the complete opposite. So I was like, holy shit, that that blew my mind. The fact that Serrano was just coming forward, it's like, yes, I'm going to take your shot and I'm going to keep coming. So that, damn, what a scrap.
And what was fun for me was watching it with my girlfriend, and who knows nothing about boxing. She goes, holy shit, is this how boxing's supposed to be? I go, boxing is never like this.
Yeah.
Like, boxing is never like this is the most awkward shit I've ever, like, this is the opposite of what I get every Saturday night.
They understood the assignment. That's what the kids say now these days.
Right.
They understood. They knew they had to risk it. Because here's the thing. Like, people have asked female fighters often, like, hey, do you want to do 3-minute rounds? Do you want to do 3-minute rounds, 12-round fights? And they're like, well, am I going to get paid more? Well, it's like, look, understand something. There are going to be some people that are going to have to take the risk of doing it and not get paid. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. There's people that, the first fighter pilots that went out with no parachutes. There had to be some sacrifices made. Are you willing to be the people that make the sacrifice?
I don't even know what this story is.
Like, my point is, like,
fighter pilots without parachutes. I don't even understand this story.
My point is, there has to be some people that have to bite the bullet for the next generation of women to get paid a fuck ton of money. Are these women able to?
Yeah, but we would have thought that with Christy Martin or Layla Ali.
But they had to have been their opponent. There has to be a Fraser for our lead. There had to have been the opponent. Otherwise, that's not going to happen. So that's my point. Like, these women, do they want to get paid a fuck ton of money, and they want to make the 3-minute rounds and whatnot? Because if I'm not mistaken, one of the women, I don't remember who, I think it was Katie Taylor, who turned down the 3-minute rounds for this fight. It's like, what the hell happened? Like, yes, you might not get paid as much as the men, but somebody has to bite the bullet. Somebody has to make the sacrifice to be like, okay, these are going to be the first women to do it. Granted, they won't get paid as much as they want to get paid, but they're breaking the barrier for the next generation of women. Are you willing to be that woman? Or the women? And
that's why the title of the show, and I think it's deservingly so, right? Today's show, girls are better than boys.
It's ladies' night.
It is lady. Oh, I like yours better. Ladies' night. It is ladies' night. It was ladies' night.
It certainly was Saturday night.
It was ladies'
night.
That was
good. That's good.
And I'm feeling Cool in the Gang.
Cool in the Gang. Precisely.
Cool in the Gang. No, they fucking rocked it out, and I love them both for. It reminded me, because I was just watching Hearns Hagler, right? That's what I want. Like, what are we watching boxing for? Like, so let's talk about the, hi, Top Rank Bob here. I put on a card that night. Sure you did, Bob. What'd you do? So I built this guy named Oscar Valdez. And I let him fight a bunch of people that were like sub-raid. And then I fed him to my top talent. Wow. Aren't you a piece of shit, Bob? And that's right. That's kind of the weird diatribe of what we got out of the whole evening, right? Like, we watched Jesse Vargas, who was kind of a manufactured celebrity. I'm sure, I am positive in Tommy Hearn's mind that he did not want Jesse to lose that fight. Like, Jesse's the talent, right? Shit happens. Then you come out with these girls who just rock it out. All right, let's jump ahead to ESPN and let's talk about it. Shakur Stevenson has still not fought anybody. And I bought into the, by the way, and I'm going to say it because I rarely say this, I picked wrong. Like, I bought into the Oscar Valdez hype. Like, I bought it. Good job. He's great. We let him fight nobodies, and we let him knock him out, and then we moved him up, and he beat B level and then C level, and yeah, then I gave him to Shakur, and Shakur ate his ass twice. He didn't even lube him.
Figuratively.
Like, he just, I mean, he did, Andrew. I mean, what the fuck was I watching? Like, we all thought that was a competitive fight, Andrew. Like, all going into this, we all thought Oscar had a shot in that fight. And we literally watched a manufactured fighter in Oscar Valdez, in no disrespect to Shakur.
Yeah, I think there's
Fucking,
a lot of disrespect to Shakur right now.
Wait, hold on. Shakur Stevenson.
He's like Will Ferrell, right?
Wait,
Yeah,
Shakur
with
Stevenson is a legit talent. All right? I'm not downplaying the dude at all. But what I kept watching in that fight was, oh my God, you literally built a fighter to feed to another fighter like a fish in a pond. Like,
Lee, they were both champs, man. They unified. That's all that happened.
They were not. He wasn't even near the same level.
They were not. Oscar Valdez knocked out Miguel Burchell in one of the biggest knockout of the year in 2021. He knocked him out with a single punch. Come on, stay on the path.
So are you saying that Shakur is literally that much higher than everybody else right now?
It could be the start of something great. Yeah. No, look, Jamal Herring, good fight, comes out, wins. This is his first mega fight. This is a mega fight. Don't take nothing away. Don't start, he's fabricating.
I am. No, I think I am.
30.
I think that's exactly what I'm saying.
He was 30-0 with 23 knockouts. He had knocked out the WBC champ, who no one wanted to face, Lomachenko included. Lomachenko never fought Miguel Burchell. He moved up in weight, looked a lot smaller. You're not giving Valdez any credit for that. He looked a lot smaller, moves up in weight, and tries to do it at the lightweight division. Don't knock him. He's not fabricated. Shakur is younger, bigger, was able to drop weight, then he gains it back, and now he's the bigger man in the ring. Here we go.
But here's my question. Is what I'm saying that completely out of the realm of possibility, knowing boxing?
No, he was not fabricated. He had a win over Scott Quigg, who was a very good champion, and then he moves up in weight and beats Miguel Burchell. He's a 2-division champ. He was undefeated. He had a knockout ratio, high knockout ratio. I don't know, 24 knockouts and 30 victories. No, Oscar Valdez is no punk.
No,
okay,
he was the real deal. He was the real deal.
Champ.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miguel.
You're gonna buy that. Are you like, you're not buying off on my theory?
No. I mean, first of all, that fight, I forgot if it was with Scotty Quigg or not, but one of the ones where he like fucked up his jaw, where he broke his jaw, and he like fought through it and won. That was
7 rounds.
7 rounds, right? And then like afterwards, he fought this other dude whose name is escaping me at the moment, where he got knocked down and he came back and he won. Like Valdez was the real deal. He was the fucking real deal. And that fight with that knockout,
look,
Chelsea,
it was
where nobody else
so
wanted to fight.
lopsided, bro.
Well,
It
I know,
was
but I mean,
so lopsided.
that's not to discredit Valdez, but rather to praise fucking Shakur. That's what it was. Like Shakur, I mean, mind you, I was at the weigh-in. I posted some pictures, right? And I saw Shakur hop on the scale, and I saw that he didn't even try it once. He asked for the fucking towel to be brought up so he can strip down buck naked to get on the scale. I was like, oh shit. I was like geeking out. I'm like, oh shit, he's in trouble. Here we go. Oscar's gonna fuck this dude up fight night. God damn it, was I wrong? Holy shit, was I wrong? Like, dude, Shakur looked huge. He looked hella big, and we can talk about it here momentarily. But the fact that Oscar had no jab just made things way the fuck worse. But it was. I mean, if previous to this, I thought Shakur's like coming out party, like a rival party, was when he beat Jamel Herring. Like he whooped Jamel Herring's ass, and then he did this to another champion. It's one thing to take a belt from one champion, right? It's like, okay, now you're the champ, and then you do it to another champ. It's like, oh shit. So these guys, the two that he beat were not paper champs by any stretch, especially Valdez. So it's not so much, the discrediting of Valdez, because Valdez did whatever the fuck he could, but it was just Shakur being that much superior.
All right, so if we look at it objectively, we'll give him credit. We'll give Shakur, and I'm trying to be respectful because here are my two options. One, Oscar was shit, or two, all right, I'm going to be fair. All right, I'm going to be fair on this one. Or number two, Shakur is the next Oscar De La Hoya. Like, he's the real deal, right? So if we look at it, Joet Gonzalez is legit, right?
Yes.
Jamel Herring. Forget Toka and Jermia, whatever the fuck his name is when he took the title. But so you take out Joet, you take out Jamal, and now you've taken out Oscar. You're a fucking Oscar De La Hoya. Like, you're the real deal, kid. I mean, Bob should be wet. Like, he should have a goddamn hard on right now.
The one fight I hope he takes before moving and causing a real nightmare in this lightweight division is Emmanuel Navarrete. Navarrete deserves a Shakur Stevenson fight. He would have to move up, but there's no one. These two are kind of sitting there with no big fights around. They should meet each other. With the way Shakur was, the way the fans responded to his victory, they were booing. He kind of mocked them, played it up a little. There's going to be some tension there now between the Mexican fan base and Shakur Stevenson, probably his whole career. Knowing Mexicans, they're not going to forgive him for that for probably his whole boxing career. So they have now a history. That's a fight I really hope they look at before moving him up to the lightweights. But I mean, come on, this guy in the lightweight division, the lightweights has been dominating the sport. It looks like the guys really want to take this back old school and fight each other. Nothing but great things. I mean, they even built it up that night. They asked him after the fight, Devin Haney sitting ringside, would you do it? He said he can get it too. So that was huge. One thing that I was very disappointed in Valdez was how cautious he fought. He fought as if he already knew Shakur was going to beat him. And, these guys are from the amateurs. It looks like they both did Olympic runs. Valdez twice. Shakur did it once. I don't know how many times they've seen each other sparring or in the Olympics or in world tournaments. Wherever they were seeing each other, kind of looks like Valdez was already dreaming of Shakur Stevenson before that fight ever got started. I didn't like that. If anyone follows Oscar Valdez, and I put this on Reynoso, not a good game plan. I agree with Miguel on the no jab, no game plan, but also sometimes you have to talk a fighter to walk through fire, right? You have to talk him through it. You have to make him switch. This young man a few weeks ago took a video of him playing with the rattlesnake. He's over there talking, rattlesnakes rattling on the trail that he's running on. He's like, oh, I love snakes. But I think he meant one where he goes back and touches it. He's fucking with the snake, a rattlesnake. Then a few days later, he puts out a video. Lee, he's swimming underwater with this alligator. And this alligator.
Yeah, no, I saw the alligator. I saw the alligator video. That's pretty legit.
It's like you're willing to do all
really
this.
Legit shit.
You're willing to do all of this, but now Shakur's in front of you and you just ball up. I wish he could have talked him out of that. Young man, he don't give a shit. He likes fucking playing with danger. Let's go play with fucking danger. Get up, get out, and start fighting. Like I was mad about that. And the last thing I'll say, and then I'm done. There's one Mexican fighter that fought 3 of the greatest boxers the ring ever produced, in Hector Camacho, Meldrick Taylor, and Pernell fucking Whitaker. Why these young men don't take the blueprint of what Chavez did to these rings? Because they all fit the same bill. They're slower.
He's totally there.
Their reaction isn't as good. They all fit the same bill. His right hand was landing all night. Damn it. I don't know why they don't bring his blueprint more. That's all I got. He was trying to be Canelo.
Wait, where did Oscar start? Junior or lightweight?
Junior lightweight, 130. 130. Oscar.
Yeah.
I am telling you. All right, so what's left? You've got Kenichi Ogawa at IBF, and you've got Roger Gutierrez. I did it right. Yeah,
oh,
did I do it right?
I like it. The double R's. I like it. Yeah.
Gutierrez. At WBA,
which
right?
neither will fucking put up a fight against Shakur.
No,
Neither.
he'll
I'm sorry.
wreck him.
He will fucking wreck. And
Wreck
now,
him.
granted,
And then
I
what's next? You got Kambosos in
Or
a
lightweight.
super fight in Australia, and then wait. So he's gonna gain weight, like he's gonna be a bigger kid. Now you're up to Josh Taylor. Jesus Christ!
By the time he makes it to 140, Taylor will be at 147. I'm sure by that point. But maybe Lopez, maybe Teofimo by that point, because by that point Teofimo will be a solid 140. I would say.
Listen.
Listen.
Teofimo not gonna.
I mean, yeah, because like he did, had to strip down buck naked to fucking make 130, because he knew
he's ready for 135.
He did not try. He did not even try to weigh in.
Or maybe a Haney fight.
Maybe or he did say this at some point. Gervonta. He did mention Gervonta's name, or that was brought it to
got cut. All right, so let's look at that objectively, right? So Gervonta got cut loose by Mayweather, right? He's a free agent, and bought. Joining us on the show, Top Rank Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, no, I've talked to him. He's kind of a dick. What do you mean, Bob? He's kind of a dick. I understand, Bob, but what do you mean? He's a dick. God damn it! I keep telling you, what word of dick do you not get about fucking Gervonta? Like, he won't cut the deal. Like, I want my boys to beat him up. Well, that might be the problem, Bob. I mean, I don't want to go way out on. So I think my point is, all these fighters are protected at this level, right? Like, so Josh is protected at junior welterweight. You've got Kambosos protected at his weight. You've got Eddie Hearn protecting Devin Haney, which I still don't get. And now Shakur Stevenson is literally 2 belts away from unifying the junior lightweight title. It's exciting. I mean, it's legit exciting. I mean, Kenichi Ogawa is nobody. I don't know who promotes him.
Devin Haney signed with Top Rank.
Officially?
Yeah.
Oh, you're dead, Devin. Holy shit. Bob's going to feed you to Shakur.
That will be one hell of a fucking scrap.
Oh my God.
He
He will wreck. What I saw, I think I honestly think Stevenson wrecks him. I do.
Is Bob willing to sacrifice Navarrete to
Shakur? I didn't pay him that much. I gave him like a Big Mac and some fries.
I believe it matters on what the TV ratings are, but if he is his new cash cow because Terrence Crawford is gone, if he's looking at Stevenson to take over that face, yes, you're willing to Navarrete. Although he is a very exciting fighter, he hasn't really been a crossover like that. So I think him versus Stevenson would draw attention of all Mexican boxing fans.
I think this is all about Kambosos. I I think Bob is looking.
Haney,
well, first of all,
he's going to fight Kambosos.
Mhm.
Yeah, I get that. And Kambosos is going to win that fight. There's no way Haney wins that fight. Like, he will get shot in the ring on the way out.
I mean, fucking Shakur versus either one of those is a killer ass fight. Either one of those is fine. Like, granted, I would prefer Haney. I would because, like, you know, Haney's fan base, whatever fan base he does have, and Shakur's fan base. Because, like, here's the thing: I did go to the fucking weigh-in, right? And dude, people got wild. Like, even at the damn press conference, Shakur's people got fucking wild, son. And I'm sure we might talk about this a little bit later on with like the altercation that happened during the post-fight press conference for Shakur's family. But holy hell, like his family or his people, whoever the hell, like the fans that were there supporting Shakur were hella fucking wild. And I'm sure, you know, Haney has his people as well. Granted, that one time, you know, that you and I, Lee, went to that fight in San Diego and people booed the living fuck out of Haney.
Right.
Maybe he's going to come as a bad guy in this fucking fight. I don't know. But
well, who was
to
it
some
that
degree, I want to see. Huh?
Wasn't there somebody who was being interviewed with Bob and he was like, I want to do the unified fight at whatever weight. And somewhere right around here, one of these dumb assholes, I don't know if it was, I don't know who it was, but one of these guys wanted
Lopez. It was Lopez when he yelled at him.
Teofimo, right? Right,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Teofimo thing, right? Like, I'm gonna go and fight for the unified title, and he's like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But like, what are you talking about, dumbass?
But he calls him a prick or something. He doesn't
called him a
just yell.
dumbass. He
Yeah,
literally
dumbass.
called
Yeah,
him a
he calls
dumb.
him a bad-
Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, what do you like? They won't do that. Like, what do you? No. So, but when you're talking about Shakur, who had this fucking stellar performance, like wrecking Oscar Valdez, like Oscar Valdez is done. I mean, that's really what I saw.
If Shakur, like, I mean, first off, for Shakur
Bob's
decided
voice is hard to hear.
he did say that he wants to stay at 130 and unify the belts, right? So as long as
Yeah,
Shakur
go
stays
get
at 130,
Kenichi, go get Roger, and go get your belts, right?
as long as Shakur stays at 130, it's kind of a lost cause for
Could you
Valdez.
imagine?
However, as soon as he leaves 130, then yes, as long as, you know, Valdez is able to stay, you know, at 130, then that weight division will be his as soon as Shakur leaves. And hey, maybe we get a Navarrete and Valdez fight down the line at 130.
But we've never like. All right, so
That's a great
I
matchup.
would literally have to
Right,
think about
right.
this for lightweights
Yeah.
at this level. But can you imagine Kambosos takes out Haney in Australia, and Shakur over the rest of the year takes out Kenichi Ogawa and Roger Gutierrez, right? You have two unifying champions going head to head.
Two undisputed champs.
Holy
shit.
Jesus!
Wow.
Has that ever happened in boxing?
Has it? I don't know. That's a good
I don't
question.
think it has.
No, because probably not, because they don't get to hold the title
right?
that long.
For the four belts,
Right.
Think about this from a boxing perspective. Like, Bob's on the verge of putting together the most epic lightweight title fight of all time. And then behind it, you've got Josh Taylor. Holy
Who's
Jesus.
undisputed.
Right. So you're just going 1-1-1. Like, Bob
top rank still number one? Is that what we're saying here?
Actually, let's ask him. Joining us on the show, Top Rank Bob. Thank you for having me. I planned this all along. I gave up on the welterweights about a decade ago. Goddamn PBC. Fuck them. I don't really give two fucks about them. I don't really fuck them. But that's, I mean,
and imagine
isn't that
like
the
both these
reality
guys
of where we're at,
and the possibility of both these guys being undefeated. Isn't that crazy? Like Shakur being the undisputed unified, like junior lightweight champ, and then him fighting either Kambosos or Haney, either one of them. Comes
and
out the winner of
Bob
that,
has all of
undefeated.
this shit.
Holy fuck. Damn. I mean, I'm sorry, and Tommy Hearn has called himself, the best promoter in the world. He's done that. He's, tries to be humble sometimes. But he has called himself that a couple of times. I've seen him on, he was being interviewed by Ariel Hawani at one point, and he did mention that. So he pats himself in the back quite a bit. But there's no fucking way he has anything on
Bob's got this.
If Bob can pull this shit out, if Bob can do this,
This is literally the trifecta of the greatest boxing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you literally, I don't know. All right, so I would have to assume as a promoter.
De La Hoya makes pretty big strides with the Chavez victory. Chavez was what 90-1, I believe, 99-1 when De La Hoya beats him at 21 years of age. Then steps up to fight Corte, Whitaker, and Trinidad.
Right.
Those are all
into lightweight, into junior light, and into junior welter.
But he does lose to Trinidad, so that kind of puts a little bit of a blemish on it. I mean, quote unquote, loses to Trinidad.
I don't think that there's a problem with losing. Like, I don't know why everybody gets so hung up on it. As long as it's a close fight, right?
And definitely a fight that I'll watch with any Trinidad fan and laugh. So
any day, any day.
That loss goes only so far.
Right.
Any day. But I realize Bob's not really engineering this, but this is fucking epic. Like what he's pulling off here in a strange, very strange way. He couldn't get the welterweight division because the PBC bought everybody. So he went like one full weight class backwards and bought out 3 weight classes. And he's literally engineering 3 undisputed champions to fight each other. I mean, if he pulls that off for boxing, that's crazy. Like,
it's not even if Lee. It's all. He already signed Devin Haney, and he has he has all 3 major players already under contract. So it's most likely going.
Like he's got to get the belts on. He's got to get the belts on Shakur.
Oh, you want 2 undisputeds? I get you.
Oh my God, I want Shakur to come up, right? I want Shakur to come up. Because Kambosos is going to beat Haney. I don't have any question in my mind. I don't. I don't buy the Haney thing. Like, that's all manufactured. So I will take Kambosos, period. We already know Josh Taylor's legit. So when you look from 130 to 140, and yes, for those of you purists going, it's 10 pounds. Yeah, they'll all do it. Trust me. They will. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. This is 10 pounds.
Shakur looked big, yo. Like
he looks fucking giant, big. For God's sake.
And I want to say that the commentators, Joe Testosterone mentioned it during the broadcast. He said like Shakur didn't weigh in for the fight, so it's like, damn. I want to see how much larger or how much heavier he was fight night, because when he stepped on that scale, he didn't even try once. He said, "Fuck this, put the damn towel up. I want to get buck naked and fucking weigh in." As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh shit, here we go. Valdez has a chance." Like Shakur is gonna come in like a little bit, dehydrated or depleted because he killed himself to make weight, but he made weight and he looked fantastic in the fight. That's to Shakur's credit. But I mean, damn, he knew that he was not gonna. He thought it was a possibility that he was not gonna make weight, so that's the reason he pulled up the fucking that towel. But dude, he's already busting out of the 130-pound division.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy. He's ready for Kambosos. And Kambosos is where the money is, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so you go, Kambosos, Haney is going to be the thing. Josh Taylor really hasn't done dick. I don't know what Eddie's going to do with Josh. So he's just sitting there. If I were Stevenson before the end of the year, I'd have the IBF and the WBA. Like, I'd have it before the end of the year. Like, no joke. I'm going to Japan to beat Ogawa. Wherever you want to fight. I don't even know where Roger Gutierrez is from. Like, where is this?
Where is he from? I don't think he's Mexican. I want to say he's Argentine or something like that, I think.
Cool. We're going there. We're going there. We're going there.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you just go fucking Venezuela.
Oh, Venezuela. That's what it is. Okay, cool.
Don't even fuck around. Like, you go fucking hunt those. And he's 27. Jesus. No, he could be legit. This could be like a fucking... Here's the problem with guys you don't know shit about. Like, I don't know, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know Kenichi Ogawa. I don't know Robert Gutierrez. But, bro, don't go fuck with guys in Venezuela. Like, but Shakur needs those 4 belts. If
he wants them, so hey.
If he gets those 4 belts, this gets very serious at 135. Like, you're talking $5-10 million fight with Kambosos in Australia or something. And then on top of it, now you got Josh Taylor behind that. Jesus Christ, England.
Wow.
Yeah, you're literally looking at like you're making yourself at $5 to $10 million a fight, Andrew. Like this is real money. Did I already lose Andrew?
Oh, did we really? Damn it!
It's been
We're
an
doing
hour.
so good.
It
Wow.
was a good hour.
It was a good hour. It
It was a
Damn it.
really good hour, and we only talked about 3 fights.
Yeah. Well, those are 3 important fights this weekend.
Where are you?
I am in Fayetteville, North Carolina, which is about an hour away from Raleigh, if I'm not mistaken.
I love the fact that just Andrew leaves.
Yes,
this is now becoming the new thing on the show. Andrew's done. He's just done. The kids walked in. I'm done.
Yes, and the fact that we don't find out until you bring him up, you're like, Andrew.
Well, I'm so excited about the 130 to 140 division at this moment, realizing what they're engineering.
Mhm.
Right? Fuck the welterweights. Fuck it. We're over it.
Well, I mean, I want to say completely over it, but definitely our attention is more on between 130 and 140 because now that that fucking what's his name Crawford is out of Top Rank, well, supposedly from what we understand, there's a more of a possibility of him fighting Spence, and therefore, hey, there's interest back in the welterweight division. But until that happens, yes, our attention is focused on between 130 and 140 for sure.
Go to boxingtonight.io. Go to our Facebook page, fight.net.radio. Follow at FightFeedMix. Follow at Lee Honish. Follow at Andrew Labouche. We literally love all of you. We appreciate literally. Holy Jesus, the fucking views you guys are giving us is just dumb. Like,
yes, thank you.
We're having a kind of renaissance period with you guys, and yes, I'll keep doing Top Rank Bob. What? Yeah. I actually like him more like Stone Cold Steve Austin. What?
Yeah. I drink a couple of beers. What?
I'm gonna kick some ass. What?
Yeah. We're gonna watch the boxing. What?
Did I watch the girl fight? What? It's cute. We appreciate all of you for digging us and watching our videos. And I promise I will put out Sky Nicholson, who had the greatest answer of all time to blonde, brunette, or redhead. When she had to take a pause, think about her boyfriend, and went, brunette,
yes.
I think.
And she fought this weekend as well, so let's go ahead and...
She did. So, you know what? Shout out to Sky Nicholson, who fought this weekend and won on the Tommy Hurt card. So we'll put her out. We still have 3 more, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go. We gotta go shoot more. Those are the. Actually, I've been putting at feelers. I should get Jesse Vargas.
Oh, we should get Jesse.
Oh my God,
we can get Jesse. I know
Jesse,
we can get him.
Get to know your fight person would. I would rewrite everything for Jesse.
Get 50 new questions.
Yeah. Where do you like to go to dinner, Jesse? Like,
yes. Where do you like to hang out so we can stalk you, Jesse?
Hang out. Like, what's your favorite bar? Like,
yes. What's your gate code? What's your security? What's your security code? What's your gate code?
Have you ever watched the auto? I've been watching AutoWire Complete to like come up with new questions, and I keep thinking, wow, people literally Google that shit. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I probably should go a little harder in the paint for Jesse Vargas just to get it over with. But we're going to do that for you guys. We literally love you. We appreciate, oh my God, we did 100,000 views on our videos and on our page this week. You guys are tremendous. We really do appreciate it. I know that Andrew's already run off, which is now a new standard. That's like his 4th week of just running off.
Just disappearing, yeah.
He's the Batman.
He's our Batman. He just books it, and we're like, oh shit, he's gone.
We can close it. That's Miguel Antonio Barragan. My name is Lee Honish. That is Andrew Labouche, and we are FightNet Radio. Go to boxingtonight.io. Follow us at fight.net.radio on Facebook. That is our home. He is at FightFeedMix. My name is Lee Honish, at Lee Honish. Follow us. We appreciate all of you. We really do. Thank you.